What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. If you're wondering why we're laughing, it's because the last couple of episodes, especially the last one for sure, Coach Rob's hit the button where we played our song, and as our thing was counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, when one hit, he goes, "You want me to play it?" So I'm trying to shake my head yes and tell him to play it, but he still hasn't. So there we go.
That's all you get.
No.
Oh yeah, we have beers to crack.
Yeah. I was gonna crack it during it, but
No.
So
I cracked mine.
look, welcome back to another episode. It's been a
Blooper
struggle.
reel.
We have been sitting here for right at 50 minutes and just have not been on our game at all. We have double clicked things. We have clicked too many times looking up stuff. Backspace and getting out of it it's been a mess. So we don't know how the episode's going to go. But anyway, I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob. We're your boys here with Diamond Deck Discussions. And the Tigers are finally at home for 8 more straight games. We just played a midweek against McNeese, took care of business. We looked like LSU again. We'll talk about it a little bit. We don't really need to get too deep and in depth to it. But we got number 21, Alabama, at home, looking to get back on track in the SEC after getting swept this past weekend to Auburn. And then you welcome Tennessee in next weekend. So, 2 big weekends coming for LSU. We'll talk more Tennessee next weekend, which is right before, which is Coach Rob's wedding. We'll talk about it before that wedding, though.
I'm getting married.
But, Coach, I mean, look, how are we feeling? Obviously, McNeese last night.
Did you say 21 Alabama?
Yeah, last time I looked, they were number 21.
Where are you getting that from?
Last time I looked at D1 baseball. What are they?
When was the last time you looked?
Monday.
Monday before rankings came out?
I guess. Must have been where they at.
15, bud.
Okay, number 15, Alabama.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a matchup.
So, yeah.
Hell of a matchup. Alabama is, oh, man, they are sneaky good. It's weird. Like, they lose to teams that you wouldn't think that they would. But they also, I don't know, they beat teams that you're like, maybe. It's weird. I don't know how I would describe this Alabama baseball team.
Their season's been very up or very down.
Right. So, I mean, they're number 15 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're 30-8, which I think LSU is 32-6?
32-6, yeah.
Right. So in the conference, they're 8-7. That's what hurts them. That's why their rankings at 15 and not higher. I mean, they have a really good record, but 7 of their losses came in the conference.
Yeah.
Now, when you play in the SEC, you're going to have those losses. Same thing with LSU. 5 of LSU's losses came in conference.
Right.
Yeah, correct. I think we only lost 2 to Texas and then 3 to Auburn this past weekend.
Yeah, and another loss was to Omaha early in the year on a Saturday.
Correct. They're 20-6 at home and 6-2 away, so we don't run 4-0 at a neutral site. So I really don't know what to expect from this Alabama team because it's not like they play good at home and bad in away or vice versa. Yeah. They played pretty good and they play good talent. I mean, coming down the stretch, you had let's see, your last series that wasn't
look at their last series win because the last 2 series they've lost 1 or 2.
Well, I'm saying your last series before conference play started was Presbyterian in Tuscaloosa, and you went a 7-inning win, a 7-inning win, and then you went a fucking 8-11 loss.
Yeah.
Right? And that's something that's not normal, right? But it happens. You go ahead, you win, you beat UAB for the first time that you play them this season, and then you go sweep versus A&M, which A&M, as we know, was preseason number 1.
And early in the year, they've really started finding themselves here lately, which is not good.
Exactly.
Considering we have them in a couple weeks. But.
Yeah. So you go win. You go 6-4, 6-2, 2-0. And you're like, okay, like they're competing, but A&M is A&M, right? So you can't really count them out. Then you go Tennessee, and you get a win first game, 6-5. Right, then you have the game 2 where coach gets ejected and all that other bullshit, and you only lose by 3. You lose 10-7. That's a lot of runs, a high scoring game.
Game 3 he got ejected?
No, game 2. Oh, it was a rubber match where he got ejected. Yeah. I'm sorry. So then you got the game where coach gets ejected, and it is 9-2 loss against Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee is Tennessee. They were number 1 at the time. And then you go, you're in Tuscaloosa, you're at Alabama. and you might want to close the door because I think Diesel just about to had a fucking panic attack.
Well,
You didn't hear him, and then
No,
get
it's fine.
up. Anyway,
he starts barking, we'll close it.
yeah, that's fine.
He's gonna come find the door anyway.
So then you go win against Oklahoma at home, 8-6, and you lose 6-5, and then win again 8-6.
And at the time, Oklahoma was ranked number 9. This is before they played LSU, and we swept them. So
Right, and
this was a big matchup.
Then you you got one more. Yeah, okay. So then you go number 16 Alabama number 16 Auburn in Auburn.
Yeah.
And you lose the first game in 7 innings, 10-0.
And you didn't just lose; you got no hit against Sammy Dutton, former LSU guy, 10-0.
Who has been lighting it up and lit it up against us?
Yeah, you got beat.
Right. You got belt to ass, as we like to say.
But then you come back.
You win 6-5 next game, which is good.
Yep, the first game of the doubleheader.
Right, and then you lose the next game 7-5.
Yep.
So I mean, it's what kind of team are you? Because then you go at home against Mississippi State, which LSU swept.
Yeah.
And you lose in 8 innings, 13-3, and then you win 4-1. Then you lose again 4-2. So what kind of team is this? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know at this point. We do know that they have a guy that throws 97, 98. We'll see Friday
yeah.
game 2, which I fucking hate Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, but that's fine. It's Easter. I can agree with it. Easter weekend this weekend. Hope everybody sees the bunny and all that other bullshit that you look at. But this is 2 televised games.
Yeah.
Why this weekend?
I guess they think because we're football Tennessee? Rivals, they think we're baseball rivals too. We're not, by the way, if anybody's out there wondering. We're not.
Yeah, we were just having that conversation. I don't know.
I think we're more rivaled in baseball with A&M.
I would say Florida
or Florida. That would probably be number 2.
I would say Florida would be 1 to me.
And
I don't think A&M.
If you're talking fan rivalry, not the teams themselves, fan rivalry is Tennessee.
I think LSU A&M football is more of a rivalry than LSU A&M baseball.
I agree. I do agree.
Yeah, but I think
LSU Alabama football, A&M is more of a rivalry than Bama, in my opinion.
At this point, yes. Well, I mean, we played them last game of the season. That's normally,
yeah.
Is that not? Yeah, that's rivalry week. Yeah, we played them normally around Thanksgiving.
It's changed now with more teams coming in.
But I'm saying before this past year.
Yeah, we played them last game of the year every year.
Yeah, every year. Since they got into the SEC. Right.
Yep.
And now you have this LSU team who came off a weekend where they got destroyed by Auburn in 3 games. I say destroyed because we should have beat them.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a weekend of beating ourselves, is what it was.
Right, and they were all close games.
Stupid.
It's not like we got beat. It's not like we got
dog walked.
Right
out here.
Right, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. It's not like we got dog walked or somebody beat the shit out of us. It's
we didn't
not
get
that
skull drug.
We lost 3 games in a row that we should have won.
And that's the thing is that we lost them. Like no disrespect to Auburn, but in no way, shape, or form are you better than LSU 3 out of 3 games. And
at least you might have been 2 out of 3.
You were good. Like you did your job. You got the big hit whenever you got the big hit. If you didn't hear the last episode, go back and listen to it. Hear the stats because runners on base, runners in scoring position. It was completely different stats on both sides. They did what they had to do.
Yep.
They put the ball in play. LSU made the errors. They found the blue pits. LSU hit the ball hard and right at people. Like you did what you had to do. You capitalized on the mistakes. That's great. That's baseball. That's what happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me LSU's going to play Auburn 15 times this year, I'm taking LSU 14 out of 15 because Auburn's going to get us once. Yep. It's bound to happen. They might even get us twice. But if you play multiple times, multiple games, I mean, look at the series long in MLB world, right? You play 18 games against your inter-division rival. If we still had divisions in SEC, East and West is virtually gone now because of how big the SEC season got with the Power 5 stuff, or Power 4 now.
Right.
But, yeah, dude, I'm taking LSU because on paper you're better. Like,
Right.
On paper you're better. It's just
You are.
it just is what it is.
Absolutely better.
So
So here's the thing, right? So the one game that Alabama beat Tennessee in, that was the game that Liam Doyle pitched.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. Liam Doyle had an off game that day.
mm-hmm.
Anybody can be off and anybody can be on.
Yep.
And let me tell you something right now. Game 3, Alabama, you better figure it the fuck out because you've thrown 3 different starters out there in these past 3 weekends.
Yeah.
Right? We won't see one of them. We won't see the guy that started the first out of the 3.
Alcock.
Right? He's all cock.
Bobby Alcock.
Bobby Alcock.
We're going to go full Pat back. We love cock around here.
Yeah, we do.
Well, South
wait, hold on.
Oh, time out, Coach. Hold on, what?
What did he say? No, look. All right.
Oh,
we like cock around here. Not love it. We just like it. All right. Anyway, so we won't see Bobby.
No.
Right. And then the second game, they threw
maybe
a guy
a
out
relief
there.
role, but not a starting role.
He threw 73 pitches in the midweek game.
Yeah, yesterday.
Right. Maybe a Sunday or maybe game 3.
That's what I'm saying. Saturday relief. I don't think he starts.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't see it happening. I really don't.
It doesn't maybe. I agree.
But the guy they threw out there for the second weekend against Oklahoma, number 19, I can't remember what his name was.
Faye?
No. Faye was the guy against Mississippi State.
Oh, let me see. I got him right here.
I thought you wrote it down.
Yeah, I got him right here. Finateri.
Yes. He threw 19 pitches in the midweek game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably won't see him. Maybe in a relief role, but we won't see him starting.
If I had to take a guess, just the way it sits right now, we're going to get Zane Adams tomorrow.
Right.
That's been their number 1 guy.
Correct.
Which I don't know why. You look at these numbers. My goodness, these numbers fucking blow.
Right.
Game 2 guy, Riley Quick, 96, 97.
Right.
Sits a lot of fastball. A lot of fastball.
So we saw a lot of fastball the first 2 innings, and then we started seeing off-speed stuff in inning 3.
Just get the foot down, sit on the heater.
Right.
Because it's coming. He's got 98 in his back
Absolutely.
pocket.
Jared Jones should be teeing off this weekend.
And then I think the next guy we see is going to be JT Blackwood. He has 6 starts this year.
I think we'll see Faye.
Or Faye. Tyler Faye made his first Sunday start this past weekend.
Right. So I think they stay with that because –
and now it's his first start of the year.
They did lose. They lost that game 4-2. Who got the loss? I would assume Faye.
Not Faye. He's 1-0.
Oh, Braylon Myers.
I think he only threw like 3 2/3 that game.
See, what I don't understand is he gave – okay, they tied it up.
Yeah.
The box score says they tied it up in the 6th, and there we go. No decision. Thank God, right?
Right.
That's my thought process.
Yeah.
Right, as a pitcher, like you want a good record, but if you're 1-0 and you have 8 starts, obviously something's fucked up.
Yeah.
What?
None. I'm about to say let's talk McNeese a little bit just to kind of hit on that game.
Well,
you see, I'm looking at ESPN.com right now. Coach, do you know LSU has a guy on their team? First name starts with an H. H. Brown plays right field.
They've been like that since I've brought that up so many fucking times. I've seriously they have H Brown. Who the fuck is H Brown?
Yeah,
I've looked at it.
And I've looked at the other one
so
that
many times.
You texted me that Ben was saying his name wrong.
Ben McDonald's dumbass, and I don't care if which he probably doesn't watch this, but still, he says, not
fuck. Maverick Rizzy, Mason Rivet.
It was Mikey. Fuck.
Wait, hold on. To me. Yeah, let's go back and look.
I texted to you. Hold on. It was what, last night? Yeah, it was last night.
Yeah,
last night. When did we start texting today? Send the parlay. Dansby still hadn't hit a fucking home run. Here we go.
Matthew Rizzy.
Yes. Know your players.
Dude, I've said it so many times. I swear these announcers don't watch the game.
They don't care. You know what?
Dude, I have seen Josh Pearson come up to the plate 3 times in a game and hold that thought.
No, what are you doing? I have one. The one I cracked. This was the one I.
But right before. All right, got
it. Yeah.
All right, don't hold that thought. Here we go. I have seen.
I gotta change that trash can out.
Josh Pearson hit 3 times in a game. Came up for his 4th at bat, and Ben McDonald say, "Oh, we have a pinch hitter right here. This looks like Josh Pearson coming to the plate tonight for the first time. This was his 4th at bat of the game,
right?
And then, a pitch goes by, a second pitch goes by, and he's like, oh, I need to correct myself. This is not a pinch hitter. This is Josh Pearson.
Look,
he's 2 for 3 on the night. Like,
look,
come on, man.
And
what
Ben,
are we doing?
Ben, the only way I'll give you a break is because we fuck up too, right? We understand it, but you've been doing this for years. Okay, look, not getting on you. Well, I am getting on you. Fuck you. How about that?
You're at the game. I can be in the booth and tell you who's playing where, when they came in, what point of the game they came in.
Just pay attention.
We're doing this fucking it up.
Drinking beer.
Ben,
are you drinking during the games? That would make so much more sense. I wish that was the case. I wish that was the case. Dude, if that was the case, I'd have been.
Do you know how awesome it would be?
I'd applaud every single year.
All right, Tiger fans, welcome back to the third inning of the game. LSU's up 4-0. That'd be amazing. But look, all right, so let's talk
I'm on beer number 5 right now. All right.
Look, let's talk a little bit about the McNeese game. Like I said, we don't need to harp on it too much. LSU gets off to a big start, 4-0 after the second inning, right? Jarrett Jones finally looks like Jarrett Jones again. He goes 3 for 3, got a big-time homer in the first inning. 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs in this game. So Jarrett Jones doing what he does. And let's talk about the key thing that maybe we see going forward here. Daniel Dickinson leading off when Curiel on the 2, Jones back to the 3. We got a little shift of the lineup here. We've seen Curiel, Jones, Dickinson for the majority of the year. It started off with Curiel, somebody, Jones, Dickinson. I can't remember who was in that 2-hole at the very beginning of the year. No, very beginning of the year.
Very beginning? I thought it was Jared Jones.
Well, Danny was hitting 4. Danny was hitting 4 holes.
Stanfield.
Was it Stanley starting in 2?
Yeah, because
I thought he was
fast guy.
I thought he was in the
No. Stanfield. You want the first game of the year? You want to pull it up?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I can't because I remember Danny was hitting
I'm almost positive
hole,
it was Stanfield. It was either Stanfield or Milam.
Let me see. No, Milam was at the bottom.
Milam was towards the 6th hole. It was Stanfield, I believe.
Right
here.
So we had Stanfield leading off.
Yes, and then Curiel.
In the 2-hole.
That's it.
And Jones and then Dickinson. So
that's the one.
That changed very quickly where Curiel went to the 1, Jones in the 2, Dickinson in the 3, Stanley went to the 9. Essentially, everybody moved up the spot.
Yeah.
But we see for the first time this weekend or yesterday in the McNeese game, Jade throws Danny in the leadoff. And Danny's been struggling. Okay, so it's kind of an odd move here. Now, granted, I've been in this situation before. My junior year, I was an all-state player. My senior year, I started 1 for 30. Got moved all the way down in the 8-hole. Coach brings me in. He's like, hey, you're hitting leadoff this weekend for the Santa Mall tournament.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Why? I literally looked at him and said, Coach, I'm 1 for 30. Why would you hit me leadoff? And he goes, because you're not striking out. You got 2 strikeouts on the year. Like, you're still putting the ball in play.
Right.
It's just finding guys. So, okay. I go 6 for 9 with 4 doubles that weekend.
Right.
And, changed my whole season. Ended up hitting, 278 that year.
Yeah.
My senior year. And didn't make all state, but was still all district, all metro, whatever.
Never got any of that.
That little bit of confidence boost, though, from a coach can go a long way. Like, we could see Danny get hot here and hit 500 the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Maybe not 500, but hit 390 the rest of the year.
Yeah. Before we continue, I do just want to say, number one, you have more. I'm not looking at you. I'm not talking to you. Number one, you have way more accolades than I ever will. Number two, you're tall as fuck and big as fuck. Number three, I do apologize, Ben McDonald. Just in case you are watching, Mr. Sir, I do apologize.
Sir.
And if you would like to bring us in the booth at one point in time, and we can discuss this, just kind of just critiques, because we would like to see, what's words I'm looking for? We would like to see college baseball be, I don't want to say great again, because it is great.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it covered more on a national level. And I would like to be the advocate for that. But me and you've talked about it.
Yeah, I'd love to be the advocate for that.
We love college baseball so much. We've talked about, which I've talked about it, and I mentioned it to you.
I was there for you. I agreed.
No, I know you agreed, but like starting our own network.
Yeah.
And what it takes to start your own network, and funds aren't exactly there.
No, funds are definitely not there. Look, if you want to know the problem with the broadcasting of college baseball,
But I mean, I do apologize in case you are listening.
yeah, I don't get it right. If you do want to know the
Trying
problem,
here, Jace.
yeah, if you do want to know the problem, but like, I understand you trying, but at the same time, when we fuck up, I want people to come at us for fucking it up too. Like, it is what it is. We're gonna sit here and talk baseball. We need to know what we're talking about. You're gonna call a game national that thousands of people. I'm not gonna say millions because I don't think millions are tuning in, but tens of thousands of people are tuning into.
I will say, yeah.
The game's got to be called right, and that one thing with Pearson. There's been multiple times that stuff has happened in the year, but that one with Pearson where he had literally hit 3 times, and his fourth time up to the plate, Ben's like, "Oh yeah, we got a pinch hitter right here." I'm like,
oh,
where have we been?
I don't apologize for calling him out. I apologize for saying "fuck you" because that was very mean.
Oh yeah, that's a little too far. All right,
that was a little too far.
But if you want, so back to what we're talking about, being advocates for broadcasting college baseball, right? Here's the problem with college baseball. Yesterday, do you know who played yesterday? Number 5 Georgia versus number 14 Georgia Tech. And guess where they played? MLB Stadium. Guess how many people got to watch it? The guys that were there. That's it.
Where'd they play?
I would assume
in Atlanta.
I would assume Atlanta.
I think they did play at Truist. I want to say they did play at Truist.
And the only people that got to watch were the ones that were in the stadium. That's a fucking shame.
Where was it? Was it televised on like TBS, like the Turner Broadcast Network?
No. This was not on TV. You cannot watch this game on TV.
No shit.
And if you want to know the problem that we have with college baseball is that you got number 5 Georgia, an in-state rivalry with number 14 Georgia Tech, who has arguably the number 1 overall pick in 2026 draft in Drew Burris, playing each other at an MLB stadium, and we can't watch the game.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's got to get better. Something has to happen. I don't know what that something is. I don't know who's got the funds to do this. I don't know who's got the funds to do what. But we can't sit here and we say it all the time. We rave on MLB for the same shit. You can't sit here and say viewership is declining and the game's declining, but you are doing nothing to increase viewership. The only thing you're increasing is more blackouts. And the only thing you're increasing is more people that can't watch. The only thing you're increasing is more of teams getting their own TV deals that those people have to subscribe to be able to watch the games. You can't even watch them on regular broadcast anymore. And if you have MLB TV, you can't even watch them on that because these teams have their own networks now.
Right.
And, most teams, that's not growing the game. And when you sit and bitch about trying to grow the game, but you don't do nothing to grow it, that's where we have the issue.
Most teams have their own network, but it's like a local network, like a local broadcasting station. Like, for instance, like the Padres. Right. They have their own, I forget what the fuck it's called. We're watching it right now. But it's like a local, it's like the news station.
Why is it frozen?
Because I paused it because I want you to watch this shit.
Oh, okay.
Who's the catcher for the Padres? Do you know? I don't remember.
I think it was Martin Maldonado signed up with him.
Okay.
With him.
Watch this fucking throw.
Yeah, that's definitely Martin for sure.
Buddy, watch it in slow motion right here. Got him.
It's so fucking good.
Got him. Play the game.
Look, he's going to hit 117, but he's going to throw out everyone.
Yeah. Almost like a Russell Martin.
I mean, that is what he's known for. That's what he's always been known for. By the way, who was your rookie of the year pick in the NL? Let me see.
Was it Bofa?
Oh, my God. There we go with the X's again. I just hit the X on the notes instead of the expand.
It's Twitter
Button.
It's Twitter, not X.
No, I hit the X on the notes.
Oh, okay.
Is what I said. Rookie of the year, you picked Dylan Cruz. Oh, I thought you had picked Matt Shaw for some reason.
Yeah, well, Dylan Cruz is fucking...
I thought you had picked Matt Shaw for some reason.
DC, if you're watching, please come talk to us because you need some motivation, bud.
Yeah.
You need
The
some
Cubs
motivation.
option, the Cubs option Matt Shaw, so he's not playing anymore.
Oh,
All
so
right.
we're fucked. Both of us.
No. Why?
Oh, I thought you picked Mac Shaw.
No, I didn't pick Matt Shaw.
Who'd you pick?
It was.
It doesn't matter who you pick.
I picked Jordan Lawler.
Oh, George Lopez?
Yeah.
Got it. He used to have a show. Dude, that intro to that show would wake me up every fucking night. I fall asleep with the TV off, and you just hear the low rider.
It just wake you up.
Dude, just fucking, you hear the...
Now they're definitely about to come up in here.
Who?
The Dogs.
Fuck them, they're fine.
All right, so LSU beat Midweek.
I was showing... Hold on, real quick. I was showing the guys, like, at work. I was like, look, man. I was like, we don't let our dogs on the couch. We don't. But I'm about to turn this camera on, and I'm going to show you where the fuck these dogs are.
On the couch.
Both of them.
100%.
Dude, Diesel in a fucking
Always.
ball. Just in a ball, just on the couch. And then Bella on the other side of the couch. They won't sit next to each other. They'll just... Diesel is at the complete opposite end of... Or like the by the opening to go in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right there on the couch. And then around the corner on like the little... What do you call that? The little fucking lathe or whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
I don't know what it's called. Bella is at the foot of that in a ball. Like just like this. Like, bro. First of all, it can't be comfortable.
Get off the couch.
We can speak to them through the camera. And because they're curious, I turned the microphone on and I said, "Hey, y'all get off the fucking couch." And you just see Diesel just look up at the camera like, "Fuck you, Dad," and put his head back down.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do? You're not fucking here. So Victoria did put their shot collars on them recently. Yesterday, actually. She charged them. Yeah. So rude awakening. She would not let me put the little like prongs that go in her neck on there, so it won't shock them.
Yeah.
Which, woohoo, PETA. But it sucks for us.
Yeah, you took back your fuck you earlier to Ben. Fuck you, PETA. Pieces of fucking shit.
Yes, Peter.
Fuck you guys, man. Seriously.
I don't even know anybody named Peter.
Cottontail? It's Easter time.
Oh, it is.
Peter Cottontail.
It is. Should I do it or you? Anyway, back to...
All right, so LSU take care of McNeese yesterday, 10-3. Let's
took care. LSU took care of
what
McNeese.
I say.
LSU take care of McNeese.
Yeah, takes care of McNeese yesterday.
Understood.
Words are hard on the show, but it's
words are hard. We haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Have not said that in a while. My beard hair keeps getting cold.
Yeah, I can hear it. I hear it.
Sorry, it'll be gone. Not
3 episodes.
Yeah. So
2 episodes.
So yeah, 2 more, and then it'll be gone.
Yeah.
So 2 more episodes with the beard. Everybody enjoy it. Everybody look at it.
And then you'll have to see his stash.
Oh yeah, stashes.
His multi-dimensional stashes that he will have over the course of the next
30 years.
30 years, because it is going to be very impressive.
But if we do this for 30 years and still don't make a dime,
I'll be A-okay still.
I will too,
because we're going to be doing it anyway.
I will too, but you understand we also have to still live like 3 minutes from each other, right?
Yeah.
So if you find a deal on land,
yeah, you coming with me,
dude? I'm telling you. So guy at work bought. I know we'll get back to this in a second. We got a lot of time, or do we?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm fine.
You're good. I'm good too. So guy at work, his dad, and his brother-in-law bought 33 acres in Central.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and they're all going to subdivide it 11, 11, 11. Well, I think they're going to go 15, 15, 3. And the dad is going to build a shop on the 3 because he already has a house. Yeah. And his backyard actually butts up to the property.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he's building a shop for everybody. I think they said it was like a 80 by 100.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
It's huge. 80 by 100 shop to do like Christmas, all the holidays and shit. And then they each get 15 acres to do whatever the fuck they want with it, which from what I understand, I believe only like 11 of it is like actually livable. But then you start looking at house plans and you're like, yeah, let's wait a little bit.
The land itself in Central is very affordable.
Correct. I looked at land in Prairieville.
It's not affordable.
Not even 2 acres. It was 1.9, I believe.
Yeah.
Right there right before you go over to Manchac Bridge on the right, Oakland Drive right there. There's 1.9 acres for $289. Yeah. $289,000. For land.
Very proud of their
for
land.
land.
Here.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
I'd rather just buy my mom's house.
Why do you think I haven't done what I've been talking about wanting to do for 2 years?
What have you been wanting to do for 2 years?
No, I'll tell you when we get off air. I don't want people to hear and take my idea, bro.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because the acreage for that per acre.
It's as high as giraffe pussy. It really is.
It's $350,000. There's 3.33 acres down the road from me, and it's $950,000 for 3 fucking acres.
Buddy,
no.
You remember? So old house, right? Old house.
Yeah.
We had right behind the house. They had 12 acres for sale. All right, $720,000. They went at 60 an acre, which isn't bad. But the reason it didn't sell and it's been on the market, I think it's still on the market, is because they won't let them subdivide it. So if you want to buy it, you have to buy all 12.
Yeah, but once you own it, subdivide it after.
They won't let.
Like the parish won't let you?
The parish won't, or whoever went to the hearing, which is why they have not. Because the people who had it before, they wouldn't let them subdivide it, and they just gave it back to the bank. The bank owns it now, which is why it's fucking expensive. So bank owns it now. Fuck.
You good?
Yeah. No. I was just no. I was just looking at a text. We got an invite to something.
Oh.
But no, like, so whoever buys it can't subdivide it, no matter what, unless they have another hearing. And if they do that,
you got the in with the. Look, I know.
I don't.
Here's the thing. I know a guy that's got an in with the parish.
I had an in with the juvenile traffic court judge, and still got my license suspended for 5 days, and I had to go to a fucking class.
Look,
I love you, Miss Marilyn. Thank you.
I know a guy that's got an in with the parish, and here's the story. Right, he bought this piece of property.
Okay.
And, when you're close to certain landmarks.
Sorry, guys. We're taking a hiatus from baseball for a second. Just bear with us. We'll be right back to it.
This is what we do here. When you buy a certain piece of property or area or land close to certain landmarks that are parish owned or city owned or state owned,
right?
You can't have alcohol in a certain proximity to these buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he went to the parish and got them to move it by 1 foot because 1 more foot away, and he was out of the
range.
He was out of the range.
So he could sell alcohol.
Dude, yeah.
You seen that?
He got it. He got the fucking parish to agree to move it from, I think it was like 593 feet from a building to 594 foot, because at 594 foot was how far his building was away from this landmark, and now he can sell alcohol at this place.
That's crazy.
On his first time.
You would think it'd be 592. Be the other way around. So shorten it because his building was right in it.
No, you had to be farther away from the building. So like landmark that
right.
Landmark is here. Okay. Building is here at 593 feet.
Okay, so here's building, here's landmark, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's landmark. All right. So if he had to be further away from it, you'd think they'd have gone from 593, which had been on his property, to 592, which had been off his property, not 594, which had been closer to his property. See what I'm saying?
No, you got to be farther away from the landmark.
Right, but they're not moving the landmark; they're moving the line.
Correct.
Which means if they're moving the line, they're moving closer to landmark.
Okay, yeah. If you want to look at it like that.
Well, no, it's how you look. That's how you look at it.
Not me. I don't look at it like that. It's kind of like daylight saving times.
All right, so LSU has Alabama.
Yeah. Talk to some people.
Wait, no. Okay, wait. Speaking of selling alcohol, have you seen the video of the little kid? There's a little kid. I mean,
I don't know if that's legal. But
he must be like
This is definitely not legal.
8 years old or something like that.
Okay.
Selling beer.
Yeah, that's not legal. Don't buy beer from him because
cops showed up.
Yeah.
And they took pictures with him. And
it was something else.
It was, I forget what it was. It was maybe root beer or something, but he had like beer for sale.
And it did say root. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. But he said beer for sale and people couldn't see the root.
Yeah.
And so like people were like driving up asking for beer and then cops showed up. It was like, you can't be selling beer. And he opened his ice chest and he has fucking root beer sitting in there.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. Shit's hilarious. Wow.
See,
I need to change the back. I need to change the back.
Turn the camera so they can see it all.
I wish I could. We could have a third. We'd have to do one more thing and we can have a third. And we'd be pointing at the fucking trash can.
A third?
Ooh. Tree?
Ooh.
Tree.
Hey?
Tree.
Oh.
Trees. So?
All right, LSU has a threesome against Alabama this weekend.
They do a threesome against Alabama. That's what we're going to start calling it.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We start tomorrow. We're here on a Wednesday evening. And Coach, look, I mean, here's the thing about it. This Bama team, according to LSU's website, actually, this is where I got number 21 from. I know D1 baseball has LSU at 9 and also has Alabama at 15.
So I looked at all 5 polls today where it's 7-1, 8-2, and 9-1 and 10 in the other.
Well, whatever one has is 8 is what LSUsports.net uses because they have number 8 LSU hosting number 21 Alabama.
But see, none of those matter unless D1 baseball. D1 baseball is the only one that fucking matters.
Correct. And
that's the one that has us at 9.
So I don't know why they.
So if you go on Alabama's website to look see who they're playing, they play number 9. It has LSU at number 9.
Yeah. I don't know why LSUsports.net uses something different. But let's talk about this game one. Let's talk about Alabama's big prospect. They got a guy that plays the cornerstone spot, shortstop for them. All right, monster, Justin LeBron
James.
Look, this is a guy that could have went pro out of high school, didn't, chose to go to Alabama.
Okay.
He's still a very raw prospect. He didn't have the best year last year. He's really coming to his own this year. He's hitting like 350 this year.
Dude's a stud.
Dude is a absolute stud. They're already talking about next year. There could be some rumblings if he keeps this up and keeps improving that he could be a potential number 1 pick. He is currently projected as of about 6 hours ago, according to some website I just looked at number 15. We know that can change very easily. An injury can happen. Look at Jace Lavalette. You can have a horrible start to the year. Jace Lavalette was projected to go number 2 to start this year. You know, when you hit 235 through the first 25 games, you fall. And so I think he's I think he's still in the top 10, but he's not projected number 2 anymore. So, you know, some things can happen where if Justin LeBron keeps doing this, he's got potential to be a number 1 pick. This dude's a stud. He's going to hit 2-hole for Alabama, maybe 3-hole for Alabama. You know, he's a guy that you circle on a lineup card and say, we can't let this guy beat us, right? Aside from that, where it sticks with Alabama, where it really stands with Alabama here, on the offensive side would be their senior leader, left fielder, Cade Snell. Okay, Cade Snell is an absolute animal. He's hitting 365 this year. He has, that's definitely not right. This says he has 28 homers, but it must be 28 RBIs with 5 homers, 8 doubles, 50 hits.
28 homers?
Yeah, it's not right. They're like kind of off center a little bit here.
Stud.
So, look, this is a guy that's going to swing the bat. Okay, he's got 137 plate appearances this year. He's only walked 19 times and he struck out 10. So he's going to swing the bat, going to put the ball in play. Very aggressive at the plate here. This is a very good team. It's a very good prospect. They're a reason why they're ranked number 10 or number 15 in the country. They were in the top 10 at one point. This team can really play. Okay. And the thing about the team is they're very experienced. You got senior leadership in left field, junior center fielder in Richard Bonamolo. Okay.
Yep.
Senior first baseman in Will Hodo. junior third baseman, junior right fielder, sophomore DH, senior second baseman. All right. This team's got experience. This team's good. This team's going to play the right way. They're going to play hard, as you would expect. We just said at the beginning of this episode, they're coming off of back-to-back SEC losses, okay? Series losses where they went 1-2. This is a team that's going to be extremely motivated. And guess what? LSU is going to be extremely motivated. You know why? Because LSU's at home. They're going to have a rowdy fan base who is not pleased with the way they just played. And Friday, maybe not Thursday too much. I would expect Thursday to be the box to be packed at 7 o'clock. But I think Friday the box is going to be packed at 6. And this game is going to be this series is going to be a very good series. I don't think we're going to see blowouts anywhere. I think this is going to be 7-6, 7-5 kind of game. Game 1. Game 2, we're going to see something along the lines of like a 8-6. I think there will be more high scoring games than what we think, and not game 1, not Thursday. I think Cade says, I had a bad outing last weekend. I threw 86 pitches, so I'm very fresh, even though it's on short break. Let me be Cade fucking Anderson here.
Right.
And I think Cade's going to go 8 strong, probably a 1-run baseball. And I think by the time Cade comes out, it's 6-1 Tigers.
Let me see your pen and paper. Unless you still got stuff on there you want to talk about.
Well, I only have their Friday night guy, Saturday night.
Okay.
Which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I want to look something up that we definitely should have looked up before this started.
Which is what?
I don't know. Kind of want it to be a surprise. I tell you what. Here's your pen and paper.
Okay.
I'm going to involve you in this.
Oh boy.
I'm going to read you some numbers.
Okay.
And I need you to get your calculator out. You have one on your laptop. If you go to Launchpad.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Launchpad.
Yep. Go to your Launchpad.
Calculator. All right.
Yes. Okay.
It's pulling up right now. Let's go.
Give me 1 second, and I will tell you. Okay, got that pulled up. All right, here we go. 13.
No idea what's happening right now. 13.
13. Okay. Plus 13 again. So it's 26. Not going to count that. 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 I don't know if I'd even count that. Hold on. Let me pull my calculator up as well.
Are you sure about this?
Yep. Okay. So
I'm all of a sudden not seeming so sure about this. So.
Yes. So plus 11. Okay. All right. Plus 13 again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me go.
Are you doing the math over there too?
Yeah, for the other side.
Okay.
Plus 18.
All right.
We're gonna do it this again after, but I want you to write down your final number whenever you get it. Your final number. It's not. Right. I promise you, it's not done at all. Plus 11.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay. Plus 17.
Okay.
Plus 12.
Okay.
Okay. Plus 5.
Okay.
And I think plus 10.
Okay.
And that should be it. Yes. All right. So I want you to write down your number and then put a dash. And then put 34. Okay.
Can I take a guess on what this is?
Probably. You probably can. But I want to. So when was this? Is this okay? Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna do it again. Okay. Clear it off.
All right.
All right. I want you to go 12,
Okay.
15. Okay. When was this? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Oof. God damn. Plus 20.
Okay.
Okay. Plus 11.
Okay.
Plus 3.
All right.
Move this real quick. All right. Plus 6.
Okay.
Plus 6.
Okay.
Plus 4.
This is very fun for everybody at home
Sorry.
watching.
Yes, I do apologize. Plus 11.
All right.
Plus 10.
Also, can we just give a shout out to calculators? Because thank God.
Yeah, I think I just a lot of fucking numbers. And then plus 5.
Okay.
All right. So write that down.
Okay.
And then do a dash and say, and then put 45.
All right. This is not what I thought it was, but okay.
Okay. So the first one that you wrote down, what is it?
I'm going to guess is strikeouts.
Nope.
Walks.
Nope.
Earn runs.
No, motherfucker. What is the numbers that you wrote down the first one?
Oh, 123 to 34.
123 to 34. What's the second one?
103 to 45.
All right. Ryan Terrio gave a speech a long time ago. It said midweek games matter. It's how you get your confidence back up. It's how you pad your stats and everything. The second number that you read it again.
103 to 45.
That is Alabama in the midweek games this year. Okay. I don't think they've lost one. But, which actually, now I'm thinking about it, they have not. They have not lost a midweek game. Neither have we.
Okay.
Okay. So it was what again?
103 to 45.
All right. 103 to 45 is what they've outscored midweek opponents. Okay. Now, what's the first number?
For what?
The
first comparison?
One. The first one.
123 to 34.
123 to 34 is what LSU has outscored their midweek opponents. These are the games that, in my opinion, I understand SEC play matters, and then you get in a tournament and regionals and blah, blah, blah. During the regular season, if you come off a sweep or come off a loss, you have to destroy the team in the midweek game. That's what they're for. Okay? A team we swept in Mississippi State just beat Alabama 2 games to 3.
Yeah.
Where they lost the first one 3-13. They won the second one 4-1, and they lost the second one 2-4. Then they play UAB at home in the midweek game. They only win 5-3. LSU won what yesterday? 10-3?
10-3.
This is what matters. Their confidence is not there. Alabama is not there mentally because they just lost to a team, or they beat a team 5-3 that they should have beat fucking 1,000,000-0.
Yeah, and what they beat them earlier in the year. They played them early in the year.
Yes. Hold on, I got it. 6-3. So okay, so UAB might be pretty fucking good, honestly. They might be. Okay, but still, like, you're supposed to beat. Okay, Troy was pretty good. Never mind. Hold on. I'll find another one.
Find another one, because I'm gonna pee.
Jacksonville State, they beat them 11-1. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Jacksonville State, you beat them 20-11. You allowed 11 runs there. But you look at these games, these midweek games. Alabama State, you won 15-1 in 7 innings. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Middle Tennessee, you beat them 12-2 in 8 innings. This is all early on in the year. Okay? And then you get into SEC play, and you go A&M, you sweep, and then you go South Alabama, 6-5 win in 10 innings. I'm not saying LSU would have destroyed South Alabama, but I know we beat the fuck out of North Alabama. And then you lose a series to Tennessee, and then you go North Alabama, and you only won 4-3. You won 4-3. This should not have happened. We beat the dog shit out of North Alabama. They're not that good. You go Oklahoma, and you go 2 out of 3 against Oklahoma, and you win the series, but then you go Samford. Samford, a team that you should fucking destroy. You won 11-9. You allowed 9 runs against Samford. Okay, you should be outscoring opponents like LSU. You're in the SEC. You are a powerhouse, and you're not. Southern Mississippi, USM, decent team, and you beat them 10-6. Okay, kind of proud of that. UAB, again, 2 close games against them, but you should have beat the fuck out of Samford, and you allowed 9 runs to them after a series win. I'm not saying LSU's perfect.
Wait, who? Samford?
Samford.
Oh,
Where
Samford.
you remember Austin Edens?
Yeah.
He used to play for them.
Yeah.
SAM.
Yeah, Samford.
Yeah. But now you have LSU. You have LSU at home. And when I tell you, let's see, what has football done against Alabama in the last 2 years? 3 years with Brian Kelly? No, 2 years. Did we beat him this past year? No. Okay, so not this past year, but 2 years before that.
With Jaden.
Yeah, with Jaden Daniels. Dog walk, bud. Actually, the first one was a hell of a game.
With Jaden Daniels?
But we got crab leg dubs against y'all. And that's exactly what the fuck we're gonna do this weekend. All right. We're gonna go. I mean, look, this is honestly, and everybody knows this, my biased opinion. We're going 3-0. We're going 3-0. We're getting our fucking confidence back for Tennessee. We got to. Right?
You got to. Yeah, you got to.
So between midweek series and then midweek, we're going 5-0 in these next 5 games, or from McNeese on, and then we get to Tennessee, and we'll talk about that then. But Alabama should be no problem.
Alabama should be no problem. You are absolutely right. This is a weekend where you're back at home. You're going to have 15,000 cheering you on. There's going to be standing room only tickets available, especially Friday and Saturday when you play at 6 and 5 o'clock. I thought it was kind of funny that we play at 7 tomorrow, then 6 and 5. We tone it back an hour each day. But
I think they're trying to, I haven't looked at the weather for this weekend. I don't know what it's going to be like. But I do know
a little bit of rain on Saturday. But this is a weekend where, we talk about the on paper matchup a lot. On paper, these dudes should get skull dragged.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah.
Okay. If LSU plays B baseball and Alabama plays A baseball, you should still win these games. All right. Because you are that much better. Okay. You are that much better. Our parlay's gone because Dansby didn't homer. That's what Coach made that face for.
Dansby Swanson did not homer.
But this is a team, and LSU is a team where you've got to prove yourself this weekend. Okay, you've fallen to number 9. You got to be top 8 seed. We've talked about it 1,000 times. Coach Rob's harped on it a lot. You got to be top 8 come into the year. All right. You don't win this weekend, even if you were to sweep Tennessee, which I'm not going to count on happening.
No.
Okay. LSU's goal has got to be win every weekend from here on out. I don't care if it's 2-1. I don't care if it's 3-0. But it's got to start this weekend, and this weekend has to be a sweep. Okay? You're too good. Okay? You can't have a series out to watch that's called the powerhouse and be getting fucking swept. Okay? You're not the fucking powerhouse anymore if that's the case.
No.
Okay? You can't come out at the beginning of the year and talk about, oh, we are the brand. Right? The 3 letters that everybody around the country knows is LSU. With that, we are that brand. And while that might be true, you go keep getting swept. You're not proving you're a brand. You're not proving you're a powerhouse. You're proving you're just another overrated team. And LSU, you're not. You're good. You're 32-6. You're one of the best teams in the country. All right. You started off number 3 in the preseason rankings, for God's sakes. You dropped early in the year. You got yourself back up to number 3. You got your ass beat this weekend. Actually, you beat your own self this weekend. Now you're back down to number 9. You're in Tiger Stadium. You got a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Everybody's healthy. Jacob Myers is coming into his own in the bullpen. Now that Gavin Guidry's out for the year with a back procedure.
We
Maverick
completely
Ridgely,
forgot to mention that.
Matthew Rizzi. Idiot. Maverick Rizzi looked absolutely phenomenal in his 2 2/3 yesterday. Your bullpen is starting to figure it out. You get a guy like Jacob Myers and Maverick Rizzi figuring this thing out to go along with Cohen and Evans and Connor Bench, who I think is very underrated and they hadn't talked about him enough. Watch out.
Talk about it, Coach.
Watch out, okay? Because here's the thing. You want to know another guy we hadn't mentioned in the last couple of weeks, hadn't even pitched, is Jaden Newton. He started 2 weekday games in a row and was really good after the first inning. And he hadn't even pitched. William Schmidt hasn't pitched the last 2 weekends, has made back-to-back weekday starts.
After Jay said he's seen the last of his weekday starts.
This guy hasn't pitched in the last 2 weekends, okay? You get Schmidt figuring it back out again. Myers coming in at a hundo at a 7-2 where everything is downhill. He's there. Bench has really stepped up lately. You know what you got in Evans. You know what you got in Zach out the bullpen.
I'd love to see Chandler Dorsey. I'd love to see Dalton Beck.
Dalton Beck.
I'd love to see some of these guys get some weekend work.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting midweek work.
If Connor Ware can look like Friday Connor Ware, yes, we lost that game, but Friday Connor Ware looked really good. Yesterday Connor Ware looked like he's never fucking pitched before.
Yeah.
Okay. You get Friday Connor Ware in the bullpen, and all of a sudden you go 6, 7 guys deep in the bullpen. Watch out. Watch out. I mean, it's
yeah.
But the point being is that you're fucking LSU, okay? And that
the brand.
You're the brand. You're the powerhouse. You're the 3 letters that everyone knows around the country.
L.
You can do it.
How do you do the thing?
S. And you.
I was trying to do the old like.
We're not going to give them the old Miami U. We're just going to give them like a U.
No, the S. The like you do something here. It's like the Superman S. I forget what it was.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
but
LSU.
A.
Yeah.
A.
No, that's Alexandria. That's not.
Start the weekend right tomorrow night. Cade Anderson, I already said it, I think, is going 8. We're going to bring in probably not Evans or Cowan to finish this thing off in the
depends
night.
on how many runs.
I think tomorrow's game is over with before it even starts. LSU wins this game 9-1 tomorrow.
9-1.
9-1. You're coming out motivated. I trust Jay to give some kind of speech before the game. Maybe even bring in somebody in. Bring in a Terrio to give you a speech. Bring in a Kevin Millar to give you a 2004 Red Sox down 3 in the ALCS to the Yankees kind of speech here. I don't care what it takes. Jay is going to do something. Watch out.
So you're thinking bet the over?
What's the over? I don't know.
I hadn't looked at it.
I said 9-1. So if the over's 10, no, don't bet it.
Well, you'd push 10.5.
Yeah,
you 10.5 go under.
But still, you don't bet it.
Man, so I'm seeing more like I think Bama scores a little bit more than that. Either that or it's a very like a 4-1 game. You know what I mean? I think LSU comes away with it, but I don't know if I see – it all depends. It all depends, right? If they see a lot of fastballs, Jared Jones going fucking tank. Ethan Fry's hitting 2.
We're not going to see a lot of fastballs. The guy they're going to throw tomorrow in Adams is 89-92 with his heater. He's going to be a lot of off speed.
He's a lot of junk.
Friday night, now look, this is a Thursday game.
Right.
The rotation can change. We saw it a couple weekends ago with what's their fuck didn't start their Friday night guy on Thursday. They waited till Friday to keep him on his same rest. So we could see rotation change. Most likely not this late into the year. So
correct.
If you get Adams, that lefty.
There's 18 games left.
Yeah, you get Adams in, that lefty. He's 89-92. Got 3 off-speed pitches. He's going to throw them a lot. Game 2, with Quick, he's 97. He's going to rely on the fastball. Okay, if he goes down if he goes 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, fastball's coming 80% of the time.
Yeah.
If he goes up 0-2, his slider ticks up a lot, but he still throws fastball. Like, this dude's going to be fastball heavy because he's 96 to 98 consistently.
Yeah.
So, game 2, get the foot down. Let's be ready to hit, boys.
Yeah, game 2, I think, is going to be a little bit more high scoring. I think we're going to jump on that starter early. And I really think over on that game because Eanson's on the mound. He might give a couple walks. But that'll be the first inning. Second inning, he's going to go 3 up, 3 down, 3 Ks.
He's going to get to 6.
Yeah, if Cade goes 8, Eason goes 6, and Shores goes 5, I think we get a sweep.
Give me a name to watch this weekend.
Name to watch this weekend.
LSU.
Watch Jared Jones have a bounce back weekend.
Okay.
After going over in Alabama or in the Auburn series?
Man, I don't know if it was over, but Jesus, it
looked like it.
Oh, it felt like it.
Everything was just not good.
Yeah, it felt like it.
Watch Jared Jones have a big weekend. He kind of found his stroke. He went, what was it, 3 for 4 or 4 for 4 yesterday?
3 for 3 yesterday.
Hit a walk?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 for 3 yesterday with a walk, with a home run and 2 singles that were fucking 108 off the bat.
Yeah.
Look for him to find his rhythm this weekend, and I think he gets 2 home runs this weekend, drives in a few runs. And you can also look for, I think Stanfield just continues to just rake. Also, I didn't realize this, Braswell is the best hitter in the SEC. Or not in the SEC, but he's the best hitter at LSU against SEC pitching. They said it last night. He has the highest.
Is it qualified hitting though?
He has the. I don't know if it's qualified, but I do know that he has the highest average against SEC pitching.
I can tell you what
on
it is
the
here in
team.
just a second. Let's see.
It's 3 something against SEC pitching. Michael Braswell has the best average on LSU. I would say look for him to start all 3 games.
Yeah, I think he starts all 3 games.
Because you got what? You got lefty and then what?
Righty.
Right, but I would still say
he's going to start.
Right.
You can't trust.
And righty, I think they go. Do they take Ethan Fry out of the DH spot?
You probably take Ethan Fry out.
And you
put Josh Pearson in.
Put Pearson in.
Jake Brown in the outfield.
Right. So game 1, Pearson starts in right.
Game 1, Pearson in right.
Lefty on the mound.
Lefty on the mound. Pearson probably starts in right with Fry DH. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Jake Brown doesn't see the field. Maybe a pinch hit
on Friday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday. Fuck. Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Stupid. Maybe late when they go to bullpen.
Okay.
If they get a righty up there and you got Ethan Fry up, probably goes Jake Brown. But so yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the Jared Jones pick here. He didn't have a good weekend. He had a great midweek game, so I'd expect a good weekend from Jared Jones too. My guy to watch this weekend, Coach, I got to go Chase Shores. I mean, you go 2 innings on Sunday, and granted, I know LSU had the full complementary of their bullpen with Kaysen and with Zach, and Jay wanted to get a win, right? Tried his best to salvage a win, but Chase Shores went 2. Chase Shores goes 2 innings.
Yeah, that ain't worth the fuck.
You can't do it.
You can't do that, especially in a series where you're down 0-2.
Yeah, you can't do that. My eyes on Chase Shores this weekend. I'm expecting a big Chase Shores game. I think Chase Shores is going to be more motivated than anybody else. I think he's going to want the ball more than anybody else on the team. Even Cade, after having arguably his worst outing of the year this past weekend, I think Chase Shores wants the ball more than anyone, especially to be in the home crowd. I'm expecting a big outing from Chase Shores Saturday at 5 o'clock. I would not be surprised if Chase goes to 6 finally for the first time this year. If Chase gets to 6 of 2-run baseball with 10 punchies, that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Well, that's what we expected from Chase Shores all year.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten that yet.
No, that's who I'm looking at, because
if Chase Shores gives me that outing, that makes me very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Just it makes me have a lot of hope
Yeah.
for Tennessee.
Yeah. And the other thing about it is, speaking of our weekend rotation,
Right.
Anthony Einson, we've talked a lot of shit about you.
Oh, so now you're finally doing it?
I'm finally convinced that you're our Saturday guy. You have earned that spot.
I was convinced.
Look, you were convinced a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while. It's taken me a little bit longer. But, you've done your job. And the growth that he's had has been exponential, okay, to anything that we can even talk about or describe, right? Like, he's been so good.
Right.
And he's been such a stable or such a staple in the weekend rotation.
Diesel.
Now that, it's really helped save the bullpen if you have a bad Chase Shores outing.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
because
I'm not necessarily saying I'm sorry for.
Might as well close it all the way, bud.
There
we go. Thank you.
I'm not necessarily saying I'm sorry for shitting on him all year, saying he needed to step his game up, because we knew what he was capable of.
He's been listening.
And now he's done it.
He messaged me a while back and he said, "Hey man, look, like I'm sorry."
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, now you might want to open it.
Yeah.
But he messaged me a while back and was like, "Hey man, look, like I apologize, for doing so bad. I'll step it up for you guys. Thanks for the motivation." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, man, like look, you're good. Just, you got to step your game up." And he did.
Okay.
And that was the weekend where I was like, I'm convinced. But he messaged me back and was like, "Is Jace good?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, he's fine. He'll get around. You just got to keep on doing it." And he did. I actually got a message from him just now that said, "God, thank God, Jace is Jace finally okay?" I was like, "Just wait, tune into tomorrow's episode."
Yeah.
And yeah, this was all a lie, by the way.
Yeah, all lie.
Anthony Ensign does not listen to our podcast, and I wish he did.
Look, the thing about it is I will talk shit, right? But also when you've earned my non-talking shit time, I'm gonna not talk shit anymore about you, and I'm gonna praise what you've done, because beginning of the year we both sat here, and many other people said the same thing. Okay, like I said, the growth that you had, man, it's been so cool to watch and just see the demeanor on the mound. And I think the real change, and it was the same weekend that you got convinced when he struggled to get out the first inning. Jay Johnson comes talk to him, and then he goes 15 punches.
Yeah,
right. You were convinced that weekend. I wasn't yet, because I need you to get out the first inning. Right, that's tone setting inning there.
Yeah.
Okay. If we're on the road, that's especially tone setting inning, because we either scored or we didn't. And if we scored, we need to get back in the dugout. And if we didn't score, you got to leave it at a 0-0 game so we can get back in the dugout.
Yeah.
Right? So I needed to see it a few more times since then. I have. And I'm not afraid to admit that, dude. He's been fucking great for this team. He has been the Saturday guy that we have needed this year. He's been fucking great.
Now, Chase Shores.
Yeah, well.
Buddy. Look, you are not okay. I had this kid I coached. Hey, boy. One more story, and I think we're good.
All right.
Well, unless you want to tell one, but I had this kid I coached.
Let's see what this story is, and I'll decide if I want to tell.
And this kid, when I tell you, had the funkiest fucking delivery I've ever seen, but threw kind of hard, and I mean, could put it on a spot, could hit a fucking quarter. Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever you wanted that ball, he's throwing it, right? But he was 6 foot at 12 years old. And what was throwing, I don't know. We had another kid, I think he threw at 12 years old, he threw 80. Like, was hitting 80. Every now and then would hit it, consistent at like 76.
Yeah.
But if he really reared back, it wouldn't be a strike because he didn't really have control at that point in time. But if he really reared back, he'd scare the fuck out of a batter throwing 80 at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Now, this other kid, I mean, he maybe hit 65. Maybe, which is, I mean, it's still hard for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it's still really good.
76 is like an anomaly.
Yeah.
right? But at 65, like you would think he's 6 foot at 12 years old. You would think he'd use his body. And kid was good. I got him when he was 10 years old and barely knew what baseball was and turned him into one of the best first basemen at the time at 12 years old because anything that was thrown to him, he'd catch because he's fucking 6 foot tall. But balls in the dirt, I sat there at practice one day and I told Justin, I said, hey, you got the rest of practice? I said, we need this guy to work on first base shit. He said, I got you. And dude, I'm telling you, I had him at first base the entire fucking practice, throwing in balls at him, to his right, to his left, in the dirt, up high. And for an hour, we were doing this.
Huh.
And got him right. And I tried to teach him, hey, ground up and just go get it. Don't have soft hands. You have soft hands with a ground ball, which they don't even teach that anymore. It's all here.
Yeah.
Go get it, right?
Yeah, attack it.
Which I like that actually. I started doing that a little bit more as my high school career went on. But as far as like first base, dude, you had to like train him to, hey, go get it. And I'm telling you, anything you fucking threw to him, it was getting caught in the dirt. It could have fucking 2-hopped on sand, and he would have got to it, right? And it's my point, which I don't even remember my point. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. Was I talking about Chase Shores? Oh, yeah. No, it's good. Okay. So back to pitching, right? Like I said, kid was 6 foot at 12 years old, and he just wasn't throwing as hard as I believed he should have. He wasn't using his whole body. He was kind of short stepping every now and then. Like this brings me to Chase Shores. You are, as Cat Williams called Shaq, 16 foot, 10 foot 12. Right? You are tall as fuck. Okay? Stress that body. Do something different to where you can last at least. Give me 5. Give me 5 innings.
Yeah.
That's all I need out of you. Just give me 5 and turn over a bullpen. After Kate Anderson goes 8, and we throw Cooper Williams in there for 1 to close the game out. No, we're up 8-1 at this point, right?
9-1.
9-1. We're up 9-1.
We win the game 9-7.
But we still win. We still win.
We
still win. Throw Cooper Williams in there. Let him close it out because he didn't do too bad last night. I almost texted you, but I was fixing food when Cooper Williams came in the game last night and was like, hey, he fucking got out of the inning. I'm proud of him. That one would not have made it.
I think it did.
No.
All right,
it's being on my arm, by the way.
Speaking of pitching, 13 minutes ago, we have weekend starters announced.
Okay.
Game 1 for LSU, no surprise, Kate Anderson.
Right.
No surprise, game 2, Ianson. No surprise, game 3, Chase Shores.
Oh, I thought I better say game.
However, on the Alabama side, big surprise, game 1. Their normal game 1 starter, Zane Adams, is not pitching in game 1. The guy that we thought would start game 3, Tyler Fay,
is starting game 1.
Is starting game 1 for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I don't understand that.
He will be making his second start. His first start came Sunday this past weekend. So talk about some short rest here. He's getting the start. He's 0-0 with a 4.98 ERA, 21 and a third innings pitched, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts. Again, only 1 start made. Game 2, here's another kind of shocker here. Still not Zane Adams. Zane Adams is throwing in game 3 on Saturday versus Chase Shores. Game 2 will be Riley Quick on 1 day shorter rest. He's normally their Saturday guy or game 2 guy.
Right.
Riley Quick.
So leave him at game 2. That's
staying
fine.
in that role. He's the guy that's 96 to 98 as we talked about. He's going to be heavy fastball.
Is this another Alabama head coach betting scandal or what?
Who knows? I don't really know what's going on here. But Riley Quick, 5-1 with a 3.13 ERA. Again, guy's really good. Okay, he's got 95, 98 in his back pocket. 31 and 2/3 innings pitched, 13 walks, 31 strikeouts.
Okay.
So, and then we get their normal game 1 starter in game 3, Zane Adams, which as we talked about before we started, numbers on paper don't look good. 4-2, 6.18
This
ERA.
might be a permanent situation. I would.
Well, it's going to be hard for him to bounce back and come back on. I don't know when Alabama plays again, if their next series is a Thursday series or not. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy here that, maybe they're trying to put Riley Quick into the game 1 mode. And so he starts on Friday, and then on regular rest, he'll start again next Friday if they play Friday.
They got Mizzou Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, maybe they're trying to get Riley Quick as their game 1 guy. Try to get the win, right? So a little bit of a shakeup here for Alabama.
And Alabama, too.
Yeah, a little bit of a shakeup here for Alabama with Tyler Fay going 1 again. Guy only made 1 start, and it came this past Sunday. So talk about short rest, making his second start of the year in Alex Box. That's not easy to do.
No. And look, I will say this. I'm looking at Alabama's schedule. Alabama. I'm going to talk to you for a second. You cousin fucking fuckers. How about that? All right. Listen to me. You right here have a chance to just do the shittiest thing alive. All right. I will say I don't give a fuck what you do this weekend. I would hope you lose all 3 fucking games.
Yeah.
Right. But then you have another game against Samford in the midweek. If you don't beat the fucking brakes off of them, if you don't win 20-3 and make them quit in 5 innings, you're 100%. You're done. You're done. You will lose 2 out of 3 to Missouri. If you don't, if you beat them 5-3, like you did the last time, you will lose a series to Missouri. And that game is on TV once, the first game. So good fucking luck. I hope you absolutely get destroyed by LSU. I hope those numbers that Coach Jace read earlier that we calculated up that we're sorry about because it took a little while. The first numbers LSU puts up in the midweek, I hope that's what we do to you this fucking weekend.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we're sorry. Okay. We're being generous at this point. Because you're a charity case. Okay. So again, number 1, fuck you, Alabama. Number 2, I hope you beat the brakes off of Samford. If not, I'm gonna beat your ass. I don't know how I'm gonna beat the ass out of everybody in Alabama, but I'm gonna try. And then if you don't beat Samford, if you don't beat the brakes off of Samford, 100% you're losing to Missouri. You might get swept.
All right, so here's my projection: 9-1 Thursday.
Okay.
6-3 late win for LSU. Very tight up until about the 7th.
See, I don't see it that way.
6-3.
Okay.
And then game 3 with their supposed guy on the mound and Chase Shores. I think Chase Shores outduels him. Again, this guy's 4-2 with a 6 ERA.
Yep.
Whatever. We're gonna have a bunch of righties in the lineup ready to hit 92 at your best, 89 consistently.
Oh, 90 poo.
I'll take LSU in a big. This is a very bold prediction. I'll take LSU in a big win Saturday at 13-4.
No, so here's my prediction, right? I say we beat the brakes off of him in fucking game 1 because that Faye or whatever fuck his name is, he's gonna shit himself. Right? Against Cade Anderson. Cade Anderson's gonna fucking deal. He's gonna go 8. We're gonna throw Cooper Williams in for 1 inning. Right, and it's not going to be close. I promise you. Cooper Williams is going to go 1-2, walk 3, and then go 4. All right,
1-2, walk 3, hit 4, strikeout 5.
Yes. So I'll
we got to
accept
get a hit by a pitch.
I'll accept that
at some point.
In fact, I'm even willing to say a possible 7-inning game. I could see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
I think Face shits himself on the mound wearing white pants, and we all see it.
The only thing that benefits Faye is that he started 1 game. There's not a lot of tape on how much he throws, what pitch, in what situation, in what count. There's not a lot of tape.
With that being true, I still say that we attack him early and often.
Yep.
right? I think we're aggressive.
I don't think we see a patient LSU team on game one like we've seen the last couple of weekends. I think we see a very aggressive LSU team.
I think we score at least one an inning. Right? I think it's at least 5-0 by the fifth. Okay, into fifth. And then, oh, fuck.
You can hear Coach Rob. Great. There he is. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Welcome on back to the episode. Here.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, internet shit out for a second. I don't know what the fuck went. I know, but it wasn't. It started over on my end. If you look at the time, on my end, it says 17 seconds. So,
all right. Well, let's hope that's not true. But
we'll see. But look, so here we go. I say game one, we end up. Fuck, that pissed me off.
We're about to find out here. Though.
That's fine. I'm about to build some fucking rage up for this. So here we go. Game one. All right.
It's your closeout, so just go ahead and close it out.
I will. Game one, we beat the brakes off of them by like the fifth inning. And at that point, they've used 2, 3, 4 guys. Okay. And their bullpen's absolutely fucking depleted by game two. And then we attack early and often against fastballs, 97, 98 in game two. And who do they turn to? Who the fuck knows? Because they used a lot of guys in game one.
Okay.
And then you go game three, and they're fucking depleted. And by that time, we've only used 4 guys. We got everybody we can throw at you.
Okay.
I say we save Cohen for game 3 and let him come in after Shores. Let him go 4. If Shores goes 5, Cohen goes 4, we use 6 guys on the weekend. It's another Oklahoma weekend. That's it.
I love it.
That's it. That's the game plan. Hopefully we can do it. We apologize if there's been any kind of shit that just happened with this. I don't fucking know what just happened. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. This has been Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.